Hey everybody, it's Ben. Welcome back to Evolve Sport Nutrition, and today we are going to make a little bit of dog food. So, you heard the spicy boys, let's go. Alright, we're fully set up today and we're cooking dog food. Now, one big thing before we begin. I am not a dog nutritionist or dietitian. I am a people dietitian. So I don't know if these are good, the most optimal nutrition for dogs, but I know all these ingredients are safe for dogs. I want to talk really briefly about why we're doing this. Culinary medicine isn't just for humans, obviously. It's for animals as well. And in this situation, we are taking the extra chicken meat from the chicken broth, bone broth video, and we're gonna incorporate that into what we're doing today because it's a lot of extra protein. Now, to give you a really quick rundown about why I'm doing this, because Chewy is sick. And he's got osteosarcoma, which means he's got cancer and he doesn't have much longer. Now, I don't want to bum everyone out, but one of the biggest things is I love that dog to death, and I want to make sure that every day that I have left with him is the best day possible. So one of the things I came to the conclusion with is to cook for my dog. Cook for Denver as well, the little spicy boy that's having a lot to say right now. The reason why is because I love cooking, and obviously I love cooking for people and I love cooking for my loved ones. It's how I show love, and right now it's about quality of life for Chewy, and I want to make sure that every last one of his meals he's happy for and excited for, you know? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cook up a whole bunch of foods that are low in glycemic index, as well as high in protein and some anti-inflammatory stuff. Now, a lot of this is influenced by a dog cancer food video, which I will link below, and a lot of what they recommend. I'm putting a lot of their protocols in. But right now, what we're doing, we're prepping up, is a bunch of ginger, some carrots, sweet potato, as well as these guys. Chicken hearts. Now, chicken hearts, organ proteins, organ meats, you know, despite how you feel about them, I love them. In Japanese izakayas, one of my favorite things to eat is a grilled chicken heart. It is delicious. But of course, not every audience is comfortable eating this kind of stuff, at least looking like this. Most of the time you eat them in what we call hot dogs. So, realistically, the reason why I'm using that is because we're using different cuts of protein, different cuts of meat for different micronutrients and nutrition for the dogs. But largely speaking, this is a much more economical way of meeting dog protein requirements, just like the chicken bones and the broth video. We're gonna pull a ton of protein off that and we're gonna incorporate that in. But right now, we're just gonna go ahead and prep these up, peel them, and then on to the next step. Okay, so let's talk about the ingredients while I prep in super speed. Also, I'm going to take this opportunity to remind everyone that I am not a dog nutritionist or dietitian. I am a human nutritionist or dietitian, which I was reminded of when I started doing research for this voiceover because I wanted to look for nutrition data to overlay on top of this footage, which wouldn't make sense because that data is for humans. Also, for those of you who are wondering, I'm not sticking to the original canine cancer diet from Dr. Andrew Jones from the Veterinary Secrets YouTube channel. Rather, I am being inspired by the ideas of how to feed Chewy and Denver from that video. Ouch! That looks like it hurt. It actually did. That's why I had to cut that out and put a glove on, as you can see right here. Remember, safety first. Back to the voiceover. That means I am cooking lower glycemic index carbohydrate meals and bringing down his level of carbohydrates slowly to be semi-keto, or just very low carb. This is to attempt to slow down the growth of the tumors, but also allow to have his favorite treats and foods available to him whenever he wants, basically. Our neighbors want to give him treats, all that kind of stuff. So we want to be able to have that, right? We don't want to worry about the carb content causing refeeding syndrome. I'm not even sure if refeeding syndrome happens in dogs, but I don't want to risk it. Plus, this is for quality of life, which means variety. Variety also means I'm a lot less likely to create a nutrition deficiency, which is fantastic. Right now, we're prepping up the carrots, sweet potatoes, and ginger. Now, in my research, I found some confusing stuff around carrots. Carrots containing vitamin A, which is, of course, fat-soluble, and in high doses can cause vitamin A toxicity, which is, of course, something we don't want. Keeping that in mind with our goals, we're not going to overdo the carrots, which is a shame because they were on sale, so we can get all the other vitamins, minerals, as well as fiber in their diet. So the key here, like anything else, is moderation. Now, I didn't see any issue with the sweet potato, and the ginger is from the canine cancer diet. One special thing about the ginger preparation, though, I hope the video isn't too fast, but you'll see that I used a teaspoon instead of a peeler. It's because a teaspoon is by far the best tool to peel ginger. So, check it out. So, for those of you wondering, this footage is coming from my previous episode where we made bone broth and collagen from chicken bones. And in that episode, I said we're going to reuse this meat and put it aside for later, and that's what we're doing right now. What you see me do right now is separating the big chicken bones from the small ones that can crumble apart in my hand. Now, the reason why we're doing that is to ensure that this is going to be safe for the dogs to eat. I don't want any of those big, hard bones ripping apart their digestive systems. But of course, I can't stand here all day to pick out all the bones. So the small ones that you see breaking apart in my hands right now, those are okay to leave in, but you want to separate out the bigger bones, and we'll put those aside for a future video. The reason why we're doing this is because culinary medicine is more than just health, right? In this situation, this is about food waste and cutting down on food waste, because when I was working as in the restaurants and hotels in Toronto, one thing I would always notice is whenever we made broths or soups and stocks and stuff like that, there'd be so much food waste left over, and it never sat well with me. Now, I always vowed to find a way to use that food up again, and this is a great way to do it, making dog food for the dogs. The reason why this is great is because after you finish boiling it, if you've ever tasted it, it does not taste good. There's not a lot you can do with it. So in this situation, a lot of protein coming off those bones. Let's give it to the dogs, and let's make sure they get fed. All right, we are prepped up our cutting, everything like that. Now, we are cutting the chicken hearts up small just because Denver is a little small wiener dog dachshund, and of course his chewing ability isn't as strong as Chewy's. So we cut it down a little bit smaller for him. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take the sweet potato. There was a golden sweet potato that actually skipped in there a little bit. And we are gonna put it into the thing behind me. Over here, hold on. That thing. The Instant Pot. One of my favorite things. I'm gonna do more videos on that, but we're gonna use that. We're gonna use the slow cooker option, and we're gonna do it for about like 6 to 8 hours. Really slow. So we're just gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna pop everything in with a little bit of olive oil. So let's go. Alright, now we just set the Instant Pot for about 8 hours for a slow cook. We're going really long, really slow. We're gonna go into a lot of nutrition extraction and all that kind of stuff, and it's gonna be all for love. Now, yeah, we're gonna check in tomorrow morning, and yeah, we're gonna leave this thing overnight. We will see you tomorrow morning. Alright, so the dog food wasn't as cooked as I'd like it to be, so what I've done is go ahead and put it on the meat stew function for about 40 minutes. We're gonna see what happens to it afterwards, but this is why I love Instant Pots. Kept it nice and warm. It's still food safe. We're cooking the crap out of it with a pressure cooker and the meat stew, so yeah, well, the dogs will be nice and happy. So we'll check on it in a little bit. Alright, so it's been about like 40 minutes. Let's take a look at the meat stew setting and the dog food. That's looking much better. That's what I'm looking for. Nice cooked. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna transfer this into a metal pot. I'm going to put it outside, let it cool down, cook the rest of the sweet potato and the yam, and then when the chicken is deboned, combine it all together, for an epic portion of dog food. So gonna transfer this right now. See you in a bit. Alright, now this is also exciting. We have the dog food that's basically done. We're gonna go vent it. Nice, not that much. Just gonna open it up. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching today's video. Just a quick reminder again, I am not a dog dietitian nutritionist. I'm a human dietitian nutritionist. So if you have any questions about dog nutrition, please direct that towards your veterinarian. They will be the best source of answers towards any specific details that the dog needs. I'm not a dog nutritionist. I'm just a guy on YouTube with a camera that's looking to make my dog happier in his final days, which by the way he is. Ever since changing this diet plan, he's been feeling much better, and he's been looking forward to eating, and everything's really happy, as you can see in the video that I'm playing right now. So please hit like, hit subscribe, hit the notification icon so you can get the alerts for the newest videos, newest notifications. Cheers!
Go on, go eat. Good boy.